Well, I thought that was a very, very good college basketball game. Right up until the last, maybe minute and a half, I thought we were right where we needed to be, where we wanted to be. But Syracuse is that good. Tyler Ennis is that good. And told our players, you know, this is when he starts to attack. 6, 7 minutes left in the game, he's done it. He did it up at their place when we played him. He did it against Pittsburgh. He did it at Boston College. He's just an outstanding freshman. He doesn't appear to be a freshman. In fact, he's so calm out there. You don't really see that in a college player unless he's just so highly skilled, and Tyler Ennis is. I thought we did a good job. We found different ways to attack the zone. We were not very good early against it, but they were so good offensively and defensively. We dug ourselves a hole, down 18, but we worked ourselves back in. We were only down 5 at the half and took a 1-point lead, and it seesawed till the end. So proud of the guys, and only wish that we figured out a way to win this one.
Coach, in that 26-8 in the first half, what you say to those guys when you called the timeout?
I think I said we need to stop them and we need to score more.
Jim, when you do get that close, to beating the number 2 undefeated team in the country, I mean, how frustrating is it that you were right there and they are so good that you had a chance?
I've said this all season long. It's not an excuse. It's just the way things are. We have a certain amount of physical talent, a certain amount of skill. And if we could figure out a way to get everybody to play consistently well, like last week, Manu played well, and then today, Davon played really well. Ryan has had some great games, and he has some games where the other team just doesn't even let him catch the ball. So what good is being consistently good. And our inexperience makes us inconsistent. And quite honestly, there's nothing we can really do about it. It's the situation we find ourselves in. Last week, when we played Georgia Tech at Georgia Tech, we really were consistently good for the whole 40 minutes. When we played at Carolina, we were consistently good for the 40 minutes. So we know we're capable of doing that, but every team's defense is different, and so I might be good against man-to-man and not so good against zone. Somebody else might be good against zone, not so good against man-to-man. So that inconsistency is why you see the scores the way they are.
After you took the 1-point lead with about 8.5 minutes left, you had a long dry patch as far as baskets, missed 6 in a row. Was that them ratcheting up defensively, shot selection? What would you?
I've watched them so many times. For some reason, that has happened to them in, maybe all 5 or 6 of the conference games they played in. They were down 10 against Boston College, came back and won. They were down 5 or 6 against Pitt with under 3 minutes to go, came back and won. We were up 6 on them at Syracuse. They came back and won. And then today, we took a 1-point lead. They came back and won. I think basically what it says is they're really good. They have all the weapons, offensively and defensively, you need to be successful. And they're a legitimate contender to win a national championship. They've got size and great defensive presence inside. They play a fantastic zone. And you can get hot and make some threes against it some of the time, but the one thing, and people told me about the Syracuse zone before I had a coach against it, and this is exactly what people told me. You might be able to get something for a little while, like maybe threes from the wing, right? Or shots from the high post. But if you get it a couple of times in a row, they take it away, and you got to find a different way to score. And that's one of the things we were doing in the beginning of the game and couldn't find a way. And then all of a sudden we found an offense that was working against them. And Tanya Jakiri made a lot of good decisions with the ball in his hands. Threw it inside for a layup, for a dunk, kicked it outside for a three, skipped it across the court for another shot. And pretty soon then they took that away and made him shoot it. If you notice, they backed off of him and James at the high post. So then those guys have to score. So when James made a couple of shots, then they took him away. So what ends up happening as a coach, you can't orchestrate everything, every possession. The players have to, and I use this expression in practice all the time, figure it out. Figure out what they're giving you, read the defense correctly, and then react. And if you can anticipate what they're going to do, if you know they're going to give you the shot, be ready to shoot it. Like we told our players for the game, they trap on the baseline. That's like an automatic. Said, well, you got to shoot before they trap you. Because if you don't, you're going to get trapped and we're probably going to throw it away. And we don't want to turn the ball over. I'd rather have you shoot, even if it's a bad shot, we got a chance to offensive rebound. But what players like is the green light to shoot that shot. So as soon as, Donovan Kirk caught it, I mean, he got that shot off so fast that he made it, and he felt really good about it. They didn't give it to him again. He didn't get that shot a second time, so he can't get a good rhythm going. That's what makes Jim Boeheim such a great coach. You know, he didn't win over 900 games for no reason.
Jim, I know your depth is kind of thin. I was just curious, do you have an update on James? If he might miss some time, or if he'll be okay?
I haven't spoken to James or to Wes Brown, our trainer, but I was told he sprained his ankle.
Coach, they had 24 points in the paint, 14 offensive rebounds. What do you attribute that to?
They're really good. They're just good. No, we tried everything we could to keep them off the glass, but Jeremy Grant, he's a pro. Christmas, again, they are a really good team. CJ Fair, they got NBA guys. So,
Thanks, Coach. Thank you. Oops, sorry.